One of the things I always think about is I wonder if there really is a time machine, or for somewhere in the future, if Elon Musk or somebody's going to come up with a time machine. For right now, I'm the only one has a time machine out in my garage. It's my RD400. Now, for me, the two strokes are a different part of my life than the modern motorcycles. This was a day and age, it's hard to explain to younger people, when the two strokes were in vogue in the 70s, basically, maybe early 70s to late 70s. And they were dominating the world of motorcycling in a lot of ways. And it's hard to explain to people. Now, I was club racing in that time. And during that time, here's one of 7 bikes that I had. This is 157. This is a bike that I rode in Florida when I went to Bike Week in Daytona Bike Week in 11, I believe, in 2011. I brought it, Ray brought it back to Jersey. I restored it. This is it after a total restoration. Luciano was very helpful with the restoration. I got to ride it for 6 months or so up here and put some break-in miles on it and get it all back to where everybody was happy with it. And then Ray came up and picked it up. But then I had to have one. And Luciano found the one that was in central Jersey, I believe. And we went down and got it. I did a many-year restoration. I was working on it several winters in a row. Made several versions of it. Cafe Racer, a street version. We were changing parts, changing exhausts. A lot of good memories. That's the bottom line is. And a lot of riding with friends, a lot of meetups up at Perry's, a lot of meetups up at the top of Bear Mountain. All of those great memories. Filling it up with gas, almost running out of gas many times. Just a lot of good memories. But I relive every one of those memories. Every one, like a time machine, every time I can go out to the garage and go for a ride. And today is one of those days.
Today the weather's supposed to really get hot by lunchtime, so I want to get out of here nice and early. I want to get out on the open road and really try to avoid that really hot middle of the day that we have here this time of year. But either way, I do want to get out on the open road.
But of course, the first thing every day is to move the motorcycles around. Always the one you want is blocked in.
Now, getting ready for a two-stroke day is just a little more work than average. It's in the most awkward part of the garage where you have to back the motorcycle out. Well, we can live with things like that. We got to do a thorough check, tire pressure, and the most important thing, we don't run out of two-stroke oil, even though I do carry a little container with me. And I always put a little bit of oil in the gas, a small amount, a couple ounces, every time I fill up, because I just don't want to take a chance. And that's the one vulnerable thing you can do is if you run out of two-stroke oil or you seize up the bike, the ride is pretty much over. And I always take a quick look at this piston. This was from a ride we went on with Joe Roselli, and seized up the bike. You can see the hole in the piston. And this ruined everybody's whole day. We had to go get the truck and go bring it back. Muriatic acid the cylinders, get a new set of pistons. Don't want to have that happen today.
Okay, boys, who wants to go two-stroking today? Come on. You gotta eat, you gotta fill up some two-stroke oil if you want to go. Come on, let's go.
Final weather report before we head out. It is hot already, and it's going to get even hotter. And as you can imagine, when you have a two-stroke, hot is not your best friend.
Luciano, Mark Morgan, and myself, we have had some of the most fun days out on our two-strokes. There's just, every time I'm out on this bike, I just get memories of those rides and memories of back in the 70s. Now, back in the 70s, I had a good friend named John that had a Sportster, and it would make him crazy that this little buzz bomb used to give his bike fits. He could never pass us, and then when we got into the twisty roads, he was really impressed, but we always remained good friends. And back in the 70s, I had at one time 7 of these in my collection, and all 350s, of course. Ray has the race bike down in Florida, the real one, but then just recently, about 10 years ago, Karen bought me this for Valentine's Day, and I fell in love with this bike, and I still love it. And to me, the bike really is a time machine that takes me back. And in my mind, when I'm riding this bike and going through the gears and pretend that I'm Valentino Rossi and whoever, it doesn't even matter. The bike is a fun bike to ride, and just going through those gears in town or on the highway, so much fun. Now, my next upgrade for this bike, probably not too long from now, is going to be to get a set of the replica K81 tires. I talked to Bob V about how happy he was with the tires. I think they'll be a nice little upgrade, and the bike is due for tires soon anyway, so that'll be a nice upgrade. And back in the AMAR racing days, those K81 tires were the tires of choice for pretty much for all of the bikes in the 410 class, and maybe even for some of the heavier bikes, I don't know, but I only raced in the 410 class. I've had this bike coming up on 10 years. I got it for a Valentine's Day present. And this is the funniest thing of all. When we went down to buy this bike, the kid, I didn't want to take a test ride. I made him do it, and all he did was a big wheelie with it. But it has been a good friend with over 10,000 miles on it. Those tires have over 10,000 miles. They're really due for an upgrade. And we're supposed to have a two-stroke day with Luciano and his Honda two-stroke, but on those ball tires, I'm not so sure. We're going to do it anyway, of course, but I'd like to have the tires on. Now, lucky for me, I have oodles and oodles of spare parts for this bike: pistons, cylinders, a crank, 2 extra exhaust systems, 2 tuned exhaust systems, and one extra seat, of course, and oodles of little parts. And my objective is to keep the bike in as nice condition I can forever. Any place I've ever ridden a bike, taken it to meetups, or just gone on rides and parked it by a stop, or get gas. Even when you pump gas, the guys come up, what is though? Never saw one of them up. And if you go to Motorcycle Mall with it, almost nobody in Motorcycle Mall knows what it is. They think it's a flying saucer. Now I have 2 tuned exhaust systems for this bike, and they were really obnoxiously loud. You get more power and everything, but boy, oh boy, when you go through these residential areas, you are not the most popular guy in the world. And anyway, this one, the bike really runs great with the stock exhaust. Toward the end of this ride, it really got obnoxiously hot, and there was no wind blowing. Even when you stopped to take a picture, you could just sit there cooking in a frying pan. But anyway, as with all rides, it's time to turn around and head back, and I'm sure Karen will have a nice iced drink for me, and we sit out on a porch and discuss the family affairs. But I am going back. This is the end of my being in the 70s for today.
Boy, I really got hot quick today, and I was really thinking about that piston with the hole in it for a whole ride, but somehow we escaped. I don't know. Maybe we're just lucky. Anyway, never have a bad time with this bike. When I come home, I always have a smile on my face, and I'm ready for some iced lemonade right now, and Karen's making it as we speak. So, hope you did enjoy sharing this day in our life with us.
And even Karen says, whenever you ride the RD, you come home and you're always laughing and giggling and telling me stories. And it's like I'm a kid again. But it really is a time machine. That's really not too far-fetched. And, of course, in your mind, if you're having a great time, it's certainly better than a day on Rikers Island. That's for sure. Now, of course, the whole objective of my little motorcycle collection, humble motorcycle collection is what I call it, is to ride them. I enjoy a lot of aspects to socializing and to working on the bikes and all the mechanical things. But the one thing I enjoy more than anything else, the one thing I enjoy is just getting out on the open road every day, getting my exercise, my fresh air. And my little bike collection seems to keep that very interesting to me. It gives me a little taste of motorcycling from every 10-year period.
And the 10-year period of the 70s, from which most of these RDs come, for me was a very, very, very special time. Being young, having a few quarters in my pocket, having a very old and collectible bike collection that I wish I never sold any of them, having a bunch of tuned pipes and spare exhausts and extra seats, and going to the AMR races and hanging out with people and just in general smoking up the planet. Well, I don't know that we were that good about saving the planet back then. To be honest, I don't know if we're any better now, to to be really honest. Now, if you're new to our channel, we have a very, very eclectic channel. One of the new features we have now is some of the videos are grouped into groups that you can access all the videos for one category in one mouse click. And it should be very convenient and very handy. Just check out the feature on the main screen playlist. And thanks to everybody for supporting the channel. We appreciate your support, and it makes this channel possible with all the things we do, the painting, the wheels, the polishing. And please take a second or two and hit the like button. And thanks everyone for watching.